What if I told you that every thought you've ever had, every dream you've ever nurtured, every success or failure you've lived through was not random? That behind the chaos of your life lies an invisible blueprint, an ancient map of creation itself, waiting for you to learn its language. This map is called the Tree of Life, not a metaphor, not just philosophy, but the hidden architecture through which existence flows, from the spark of divine will down to the smallest detail of your everyday world. For centuries, it was guarded in whispers. Mystics claimed it held the power to shape destiny, to draw abundance, love, healing, and illumination, not by bending reality to your will, but by aligning your will to the currents of the universe. This is the heart of practical Kabbalah. But here is what almost no one tells you. The Tree of Life is not just a chart in a dusty book, it is alive within you. Every decision, every emotion, every manifestation moves through its branches, whether you know it or not. To walk the tree consciously is to awaken to the machinery of creation, and to step into a power that is both transformative and humbling. In this journey, we will uncover the first safe steps in practical Kabbalah. How to work with the Tree of Life not as an abstract theory, but as a living practice. You will see how its 10 spheres, its pathways of energy, can be applied, carefully, reverently, to manifest change in your life. This is not about superstition. This is not shallow manifestation. It is a sacred technology of the soul. Welcome to Esoteric Glyph, where ancient wisdom breathes again. If this knowledge resonates, if you feel the spark awakening inside you even now, I invite you to join our circle. Subscribe, share this journey, and step with us into the hidden dimensions of the self. Because the truth is simple. The tree is already shaping your life. The only question is, will you walk its branches blindly, or will you awaken and choose the path yourself? To understand the Tree of Life, we must first understand where it came from. The roots of Kabbalah stretch deep into Jewish mysticism, whispered among sages in the deserts of the Middle East nearly 2,000 years ago. But the wisdom it carries may be even older. Threads of Babylonian cosmology, echoes of Egyptian mysteries, and harmonies with the Platonic world of forms all converge in this spiritual tapestry. At its heart, Kabbalah is not about dogma or belief. It is about structure, a way of perceiving the universe. The Tree of Life, with its 10 Sephiroth or emanations, represents the unfolding of the infinite into the finite. From the unknowable source, called Ein Sof, reality cascades downward through stages, crystallizing into the physical world we know. Philosophers like Isaac Luria and medieval mystics expanded upon this idea, that all of creation is a dynamic flow of divine energy. The tree is both a cosmic diagram and a mirror of the human soul. To look at it is to see the universe outside and the inner psyche reflected within. When the Renaissance dawned, Kabbalah escaped the secrecy of rabbinical circles and flowed into Western esotericism. Christian mystics, alchemists, and later the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn adopted its symbols, weaving them into their magical systems. This fusion gave birth to what we now call practical Kabbalah, the attempt to not just study the tree intellectually, but to live it, breathe it, and use it as a tool for transformation. And here lies the key. The Tree of Life is not just a chart on parchment, it is a philosophy of correspondence. The idea that every layer of reality, from divine to human, from spirit to matter, mirrors the same pattern. To change one is to ripple through the others. This is why Kabbalah has endured. It is not locked in history. It is a living language of creation, as relevant today as it was in the mystic schools of Sephirah or the hidden chambers of Renaissance Europe. So how do we take this vast and ancient map and make it practical? The first step is to understand the Tree of Life not as something out there, but as something alive within you. Picture it as a vertical diagram of 10 spheres, called Sephiroth, connected by 22 paths. It begins at the crown above your head, pure spirit, and descends step by step into your heart, your body, and finally the world around you. Each sphere represents a quality of existence. Keter, the crown, is divine will and pure potential. Chakma is wisdom, raw creative energy. Bina is understanding, the structure that gives form. As the flow continues downward, these energies crystallize into love, strength, beauty, imagination, intellect, desire, and finally into Maketh, the physical world you stand in right now. Here's the secret most beginners miss. The tree is a map of consciousness. By meditating on its spheres, by aligning yourself with its flow, you begin to unlock new states of awareness. But we start simple. Step 1, contemplation. Choose one Sephirah, perhaps Mocketh, the kingdom. Reflect on it daily as the grounding force of your life. Journal how you interact with the material world, your body, your home, your work. Ask yourself, am I in harmony with my foundation, or am I resisting it? Step 2, visualization. Close your eyes. Imagine a brilliant tree of light within you, roots deep in the earth, branches reaching to infinity. Breathe into it. See the energy flowing down from the crown above, through your body, into the ground beneath. Even a few minutes of this daily begins to awaken subtle awareness. Step 3, correspondence. Every Sephirah resonates with symbols, colors, sounds, planets, even Hebrew letters. As you study them, bring them into your life gently. Light a candle of the appropriate color, or keep a symbol nearby. These small acts tune your daily environment to the living rhythm of the tree. This is how theory becomes practice. Not in grand rituals or secret incantations, but in small, conscious alignments. Practical Kabbalah is not about forcing the universe to obey you. It is about learning to listen, to align with the current already flowing. The more you practice, the more you realize, the tree is not just a diagram of creation. It is the pattern of your own soul, waiting to be awakened. Now that you've seen the tree as both a philosophy and a map of consciousness, the question is, how do I begin working with it, day by day? The answer is simplicity. Practical Kabbalah isn't about memorizing hundreds of symbols or mastering complex rituals overnight. It is about consistent, mindful practice, turning the tree into a living rhythm in your daily life. Here is a simple beginner's framework. Morning alignment, 5 minutes. When you wake up, sit quietly, close your eyes. Visualize the tree of life glowing within you. Imagine light descending from the crown above your head, flowing through your heart, and anchoring in your feet. Whisper softly, I align with the flow of life today. This sets your intention before the day begins. Midday awareness, 2 minutes. At some point during the day, pause. Ask yourself, which Sephirah am I expressing right now? Am I in the clarity of Had, intellect? The discipline of Geburah, strength? Or perhaps the compassion of Chesed, love? This quick check-in transforms ordinary moments into sacred awareness. Evening reflection, 10 minutes. Before bed, write in a journal. Record your experiences of the day. Where did you feel harmony with the tree? Where did you feel resistance? This act of reflection opens a dialogue between your conscious self and the deeper soul within. Over time, you will notice something remarkable. Life itself begins to speak in symbols. Dreams become clearer. Patterns emerge. You start to see the invisible threads connecting events, people, and inner states, threads that all trace back to the tree. But a word of caution, practical Kabbalah is not about control. It is not about bending reality to your will. It is about tuning your soul to the universal pattern. When approached with humility, it reveals clarity, strength, and peace. When approached with ego, it can confuse or mislead. That is why the first steps are always the simplest. Breathe with the tree, walk with the tree, journal with the tree, and soon you will find it walking with you. So, what have we discovered? The tree of life is not a distant diagram locked in old books. It is a living map of your own consciousness. By beginning with small steps, visualization, reflection, and daily alignment, you awaken to a rhythm that has guided seekers for centuries. And here lies the greatest secret. The tree does not give you answers. It transforms the one who asks the questions. With each step, you begin to see the patterns of destiny not as chains, but as pathways leading you toward freedom and self-knowledge. Remember, practical Kabbalah is not about rushing upward or trying to conquer all 10 Sephiroth at once. It is about listening, aligning, and allowing the light to flow naturally through you. Over time, this practice opens doors you never knew were waiting. If this introduction has sparked something within you, if you feel that quiet pull of curiosity, then you are already on the path. The tree has called, and you have answered. Here on Esoteric Glyph, we will continue exploring the mysteries of the tree of life, hermetic wisdom, and the hidden architecture of the soul. Each video will take us deeper, one step at a time. If you found value in this journey, I invite you to subscribe to Esoteric Glyph to walk this path with us. I like this video to help others discover these teachings, and share your reflections in the comments. What part of the tree resonates most with you right now? The path of wisdom has never been about walking alone. Together, as seekers, we create a living library of insight. Until next time, keep your roots deep, your branches wide, and may the light of the tree guide you.